It's geek time, guys.
So today, we are going to be doing a movie review about what we thought about Ant-Man and the Wasp.
So, in case you didn't get it from our little spoiler loop, there will be spoilers.
Yes.
Kind of hard to do a review without them. So, let's get right into it. What was your overall opinion of the movie?
I really enjoyed it, actually. I thought it was hilarious. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, it was comical, and I love funny movies. Yeah, I thought that him playing with Cassie, like
that was a cute.
when he was still on house arrest, and they were like in the being spies and stuff.
That was a fun. I thought that was really creative too. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I just liked it, and then the characters are always cool. Like, I don't know, just the way they do everything in that movie, I thought it was awesome. And then I really liked the way they kind of introduced Hope's mom. Kind of like with the flashback and like the whole story about everything that happened to her.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. And I have to say, one of my favorite parts of both of the Ant-Man movies is him naming the ants that have the word, like, the names have the word ant in them. Like, that was just...
It's pretty funny.
That was great to see that again.
What was your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part of the movie? I don't know, that's really hard. I know what the cringiest part of the movie was for me.
Which one?
When Scott was like, with the whole mind connection thing with Hope's mom. And then when he was acting as Hope's mom,
that was a little weird.
That's awkward.
That was a little bit weird.
Like, that was so cringy for me.
Like, he just, like, to Hope's dad, I love you, sweetheart.
No,
it was like, weird.
And then he, like, comes out of it and he's holding their hands and he's like, how did this happen?
Yeah. That was it. But that was also kind of funny. It was, like, cringy, but it was funny.
It was interesting because, like, in Civil War, you know, they're like locked up, right? And then there's a whole jailbreak thing. But it's interesting to see the repercussions from Civil War. Like, obviously everybody else is just kind of in hiding and stuff. And the fact that he is on house arrest for these 2 years and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting to see the repercussions because a lot of the time with, like, superhero movies and stuff, there's no repercussions to, like, you know, being superheroes.
Right.
It's usually just like, oh, we all saved the day.
Yeah.
And we get all of the fame and stuff. So it was a very good way to introduce that and make it more of like a real world situation.
Yeah. I really liked the fact that Cassie was in the movie a little bit more. I thought it was cool, just her role. I loved it when they were watching when she was just watching the news with like the 2 adults that were there. And she was just watching it, and they were like horrified, and she was just smiling. Like, I thought that
she had that like little evil, like mischievous grin.
Yeah, because she's like, that's
so
my dad. That was adorable. But I think my favorite part overall was the chase scene when they were getting the lab and the remote and everything.
I loved when he used the truck as like a skateboard or like a scooter.
Right. That was fun.
That's just great.
I think another one of my favorite parts was just Scott's friend. What's his name?
Which one?
The main one.
I just name.
I can't think of his name, but he's hilarious. I loved it when he was trying. I'm gonna look it up, but I loved when he was getting like the sports car. Like, he saw the sports car and he was like, yes, and then he like got it. That was great.
That was awesome. I liked how they put the tracker on the ant, and like, oh my gosh, it was so funny, because like seeing the ant doing all of these things, and like Cassie coming up and seeing the ant and understanding what was going on and covering for him.
Yeah, that was such a cool moment when she was like covering for her dad. Like, it was just sweet. And then her dad like was there.
That was fabulous.
Yeah, it was. I liked it a lot. And then I think another fun thing is just how similar Ned was to Scott's friend.
Yeah.
Just like both of them have that like
they're like that awesome, hilarious Hufflepuff sidekick.
Yes, but like just how both of them are so like, can I be your wingman sort of thing? Because like Ned wanted to be the man in the chair, and then this guy was like, I thought you would need a little bit of help, so he comes and they like have the band and they have all this.
Yes, they're like not trying to be the superhero. They're like they understand this other person is the superhero, so they're like, well, I get to be the cool man in the chair. I get to be the sidekick, and they're like proud of that and not like annoyed by it because. Oftentimes, I feel like the sidekick gets envious of the superhero.
I feel like that's
with Ron and Harry. How Ron is like.
You can use your phone because my phone doesn't like me right now. But yeah, I thought that was just hilarious. I like the sidekicks that are like that because it's not necessarily like you said that they're jealous. They just kind of are part of it. But I don't know. I also liked the whole thing with the Louis. Okay, yeah, Louise. Yeah, I loved the whole truth serum thing.
Yes, that was fabulous.
It's not a truth serum.
And
it sounds like a truth serum.
And then he takes the truth serum. It is a truth serum.
I don't know, that guy was, just that whole, like, conversation they had, it was like, it's not a truth serum. And then, I loved when Luis was going on about it, and he's like, so I met this guy, and it's like, hey, do you want to do this? And it's like, he goes in this, like,
I love how he always does that. That's, like, his thing, and it's just great. Like, it's so fun to watch.
It was. And I like how they flashed back to it, but I loved how it was, like, this fast-paced, like, monologue, and he was like, and then we did this, and I was like, hey, do you want to get out of here? And it was, like, this fast thing, but it was hilarious.
And I love that, like, even under this truth serum,
right?
He was still, like, not giving them the answer that they wanted.
Like, yeah, he was like putting it off so much because he was like starting from the very, very beginning.
Yeah.
Because the one guy didn't like phrase the question correctly.
Right. So he was like taking it as where is he at emotionally.
Exactly.
And I was like, that is so great.
I thought it was
do that.
That was so funny. I enjoyed that. And just the other two people that work with Louise, they were like, I don't even like understand. They were fun. I like when they did like the taser thing and then they got the deal with that one guy and stuff and he was like, oh yeah, that was us on TV. Like that, it was fun.
That was really funny. The other funny thing was, I know this is like totally random and not even part of like the storyline, but how when he's off of house arrest and he goes into their office and his desk is just like this little plastic card table and he's like, well, first come, first serve. He's like, I was on house arrest.
I know. That was great. And I also really liked the guy that was checking on him in house arrest because he was like so determined to catch him.
And like
he
the way he thought he was being good with kids and like talking to Cassie about the problem.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he starts off simplifying it and then he just gets into this like the big fancy words that little kids don't understand.
And Cassie just looked at him like
what?
I don't know. It was just a fun movie. It was enjoyable. And then I love that when they finally came to take him off of house arrest, they were like, do you want to go to dinner next week? Like, they got all confused and stuff. I thought that was kind of funny. Just,
that was great.
His reaction was like, I don't know what to do.
I love how the police guy was like, he knew that Scott was out and about and doing things, but he could never catch him, so he's just like, he gives up, and he's like, I'm not going to try and catch you now.
I know.
Like,
and then,
you're off house arrest, what can I do?
Exactly. And then when he saw, like, the giant suit, he's like, Scott, it's over, come down. So, and then it shrinks, and it's just like, he gets so upset, but it's just hilarious.
It was funny. There was this thing I was watching where it was like, he got the idea from him being scared by Ghost's empty suit there. He got the idea from that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so fabulous.
That's good. Also, Ghost was cool.
She was pretty awesome. The actress, I don't remember her name, but she did a really good job.
She did. And I liked how, I mean, she was a villain. Whoa. She was a villain. But at the same time, you couldn't help feeling bad for her and her condition, especially when you saw her backstory. Like, when I saw her backstory, I was just like, I don't know whether to be upset at you or like feel bad for you.
I didn't really think of her as a villain though.
I know. I
Like,
feel like
I kind of feel like a lot of the characters in the movie that were meant to be villains were just like
misunderstood or needed help.
Yeah, except for the one creepy guy where she was trying to get the parts from him to make the thing. I didn't like him. He was the villain.
He was definitely a villain, but like, for example, Loki, Ghost, a lot of the villains in Marvel just...
Not a lot of them, a few of them.
A few of them, sorry. A few of them
are just misunderstood.
They really, the only reason they're villains is because they need help or need something and no one's helping them. Yeah. And so they just feel misunderstood, and so the only way they can get what they want is to be the bad guy. Yeah. And stuff. So I don't know, I felt bad for her.
It's like either side of the coin. There's either that or they just have no heart. Like Red Skull, he has no redeeming qualities whatsoever.
He doesn't.
He doesn't even seem human.
He doesn't, no.
So it's either Marvel has really good villains or really awful villains, and most of their villains are just like not memorable, but they've started getting better at that.
Right, they have been. But like, it's another thing, like Thanos, he's definitely a killer, like for sure, but that one moment when he's having like, when he's crying because he's gonna kill it's like they have hearts, but like the only way to accomplish what their goal is, because no one else is helping them or believing them, they have to be the bad guy. And so obviously Thanos doesn't have enough redeeming qualities to be, but he, like, you can see it in moments that he's not like a cold-hearted villain.
That's what makes Killmonger such a good villain. Is like, he's just, you know, I mean, imagine if your parents were killed, or at least your dad was killed, and then you knew who killed them, you knew it was his brother, and then they just left you. Like, that's understandable.
Exactly. Like, it's when they, like, for example, Loki, like, especially in Ragnarok, you could start to see, like, the brotherly compassion, because he was starting to be acknowledged by Thor and everyone else. But before that, no one could, I mean, they locked him in a dungeon. Of course he's going to be a villain.
I have a theory about that. I've been waiting for a while to figure out the right time to put this in. Okay. But so I was thinking one day about like our connotations with the color green. Right. So, you know, for some people, green is like a good thing. Like for us, it's Loki. For other people, it's Slytherin and like Slytherin pride and stuff. But like the original connotation of green is like envy. And so Loki's always envious of Thor. But then in Ragnarok, when Thor is either gone or inferior to Loki, he's not wearing green.
Exactly, he's wearing blue.
And so it's like, I feel like it's signifying he's not envious anymore.
And like, that's just a thing to notice throughout the whole movie, because in Ragnarok, the person that has green now is Hela. Mm-hmm. And she's mad at her father for locking her away and not giving her the throne and all that stuff. And so that's actually like a really good point to make, is that a lot of the villains are just kind of jealous or like
feel like they're shadowed. You know,
they're being overshadowed by everyone else. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. It's because I honestly, Ghost wasn't that like true villain like Red Skull or anything. Because like in the end she was really nice, but she just needed like someone to help her. And like the one guy whose name I can't think of, Ernie, is that his name? Ernie, Eddie? Who? The one that was helping her. Oh. Is it Ernie or Eddie? Because I'm pretty sure it's an E. I don't know. But we're so good at this, guys. We have to look up like all the names.
It's just this one movie though. Like I know everybody else's name in all of the other movies.
I don't know, but like just like even he was trying really hard to help her, but then I feel like he was more of a villain than Ghost was, because he was more, I don't know. Anyways, but even he had limits. Like he would not let Ghost touch Cassie. Mm-hmm. Like, that was...
And I love that she actually didn't go after Cassie.
I thought she was, honestly. When she's like, there are other ways, I was like, oh no, something bad's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. But she really just went straight to, like...
No, Bill. His name's
Bill. Why did I think Eddie? I don't know.
I think somebody else might be named Eddie in here.
I'm not sure. Anyways, I don't know. I just thought Ghost was a cool villain because she was different from most villains. So, I don't know. And her power is awesome. Like, I don't like the fact that...
Sunny. I don't like him.
Oh, yeah, he's annoying.
Sunny was annoying.
But he was like... Her power is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, I wish she wasn't...
I wish it didn't hurt her.
Exactly. Like, if it wasn't tearing her apart, I'd be like, that is the coolest power ever. So, I don't know. Anyways, moving on from Ghost, because that's like a long talk about,
you know,
villain. Why do we always get off track when it comes to villains?
Because we're good at that.
Great.
So,
next.
Okay.
You want to touch on Wasp at all?
Yeah, we should talk about Wasp. I was a little bit surprised to like see her in this movie because I feel like she looked a lot different in this movie than the last one.
She did.
I think it was the long hair and the fact that it wasn't like this clean cut, like pristine, you know, like it was ruffled and kind of frizzy.
Exactly. Like her personality like changed a lot from like the first.
Especially after her dad like gave her the Wasp outfit.
Exactly. And I loved Scott's reaction when he's like, "You gave her wings?"
Yeah, that was funny.
And he's like,
I'm assuming you just didn't have the technology available when
he's like, "No, I had it." That was great.
I loved the prototype.
That was
Ant-Man suit where he was like this little midget-sized like. Oh, he was cute.
He was cute.
He was pretty cute.
I don't know, but I thought it was kind of cool that she was in the movie though, and like the wings really added to it.
I thought
cool.
she did some pretty cool tricks.
She did.
Like with the knives and stuff.
That was
like,
so fun to watch. Like when she was walking on the blade of the knife. That was cool. But I don't know. I thought it was just interesting to have. And she's the first female superhero to actually have her name featured in the title of a movie.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So it's kind of representing the women there since they haven't given Black Widow a movie yet. They need to see her. Like you just like in Avengers 1, you like hear about her backstory from Loki, and it's just like. That'd be such a cool movie. And it'd just be like Black Widow and Hawkeye. Like, why can't we have that? Hawkeye is so great.
I don't know how many times I have to say that, but Hawkeye is great, and everybody underestimates him, but he's fabulous.
He needs to have his own movie also.
Yes.
A lot of the superheroes still need to have their own movie. Yeah. They need, like, more backstory movies.
Well, but there's so many, like, characters out there in the comics that it's like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And they, like there's a lot of like superheroes that haven't even been mentioned from the comics or not much has been said about them, so I don't know. But it's also making me really excited, for example, like with Captain Marvel, like this is kind of the first thing you have about her, so I'm obviously a little bit iffy, like we said in the past, but I am kind of excited to see how they introduce her. Yeah. But besides that, let's go back to the Wasp.
Yes, definitely.
What else?
What was your least favorite part of the movie?
My least favorite? I don't know. I feel like it's not because it wasn't cool. I just wasn't as hooked. Was when Hope's dad went to go and get her mom. It was awesome to see like the actual like planet and stuff, but I feel like it was really slow, kind of.
Yeah,
because like the actual
not as fast paced as the rest of the movie.
Well, because like as soon as you got out from there, like the moment they were having, you went to a huge awesome chase scene and everything, and so I felt like it was kind of out of place in the sense that it was just you go from this crazy awesome fight scene to like this like kind of peaceful almost world, and then you like see Hope's mom and it's like really awesome because you know she's back and stuff, but
I thought the flashback for that part was interesting.
It was a little bit.
And she turned did you notice she turned one of her broken wings into a sword?
I didn't notice that actually. That's cool.
Yeah, it was strapped on her back.
Oh, I didn't actually pick that up, but I don't know. I just felt that was like an interesting it wasn't like bad at all.
Yeah.
But I just felt that it kind of took away from like the actual chase scene, because like as soon as you went back, they got closer to like the end of the chase scene, and then they got to go back, and then Ghost comes in and everything. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I think let's talk about the end scene.
Which one? Or two?
The one that actually matters. That's not just an ant.
Right. Okay.
So, when the main part of the movie ended, I told Adriana and Savannah, because we went and saw this together, I told them I totally knew what was going to happen in the end scene. I knew that was going to happen.
I refused to believe it, and then it happened, and I was really sad.
I mean, I didn't know specifically how it would happen, but I knew that someone who had just gotten reunited with Wasp was going to disintegrate, at least. And then it was really kind of interesting because he was trapped in the quantum realm after all of them disintegrated. And it kind of made me wonder, if he wasn't in the quantum realm, would he have disintegrated too?
That's actually a good question.
Because I feel like the quantum realm is semi-protected from Thanos' snap.
Right. Well, because it's its own
because
separate
there's no
thing.
Space and time. And
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like its own, like...
realm.
It's pretty much totally separate, though. Like, there's no connection at all except for this portal.
Yeah, the tunnel.
So, I don't know. I also feel really bad for Ghost, though. In a way, I hope she disintegrated just so because she wasn't healed. The reason that Ant-Man went back to the quantum realm was to get the healing
stuff
part. Like, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I hope that she disintegrated just so she wouldn't completely die. I don't want her to die because I knew if she didn't disintegrate, then she'd probably die because she only had a couple weeks left. And so I'm kind of hoping that she did disintegrate because that way I don't think it'll affect her because she's technically not living anymore.
Well, but I think Hope's mom, Wasp, I think that she may have relieved the pain for her for a little while. I mean, it didn't stop her, but it might have also slowed it down. And made it less painful. So I think that maybe even if she didn't disintegrate, she might still have a little bit of relief and might have longer.
I hope that's the case because even though she was a villain, though, like, she's actually pretty nice. Like, they all were friends with her even because, like, Hope's mom was like, for our ghost friend, like, she said friend, so obviously they're friends now. So it would be kind of sad if she just died. Like, I feel like they wouldn't do that also.
Yeah.
I feel like they'd need to, like, do a separate thing to, like, if she did, to point that out. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But
at least now we know what happened with Ant-Man during Infinity War.
Yes, we do, which is good.
Now all we need to figure out is what happened to Hawkeye.
Yeah, what happened to Hawkeye?
It's like the big question now. It's kind of funny because, like, everybody paid no attention to Hawkeye, but now that you're just saying it, everybody's like, what happened to Hawkeye? Did he disintegrate? Did he not? What happened?
Exactly. It's like that one thing where it's like once you take for granted, like, this cool character, he just appears over and it's like, wait, but we liked that character. And it's like, no, you didn't. You didn't give him any credit. It's like, now that he's gone, you're going to give him credit for it. But I don't know. I'm honestly dying a little bit. I need Avengers 4 to come out so I can just see what happens to everyone. And
this is a little bit off topic, but I'm really glad that Fantastic Beasts is not, like, near the same time Infinity War.
Because I feel like they overshadow each other.
Well, I feel like it would have just been, you're waiting 12 months for both movies, where instead you're waiting 6 months from Infinity War to Fantastic Beasts, and then from Fantastic Beasts to the next Infinity War, it's 6 months, and then from Infinity War to the next Fantastic Beasts, it's 6 months.
Yeah,
so it distributes it a little bit even.
But I feel like if they were closer to the same spot, I feel like whichever one came first, which would be Fantastic Beasts in this case, wouldn't get a lot of credit because everyone would be waiting for, like, it would be, like, really popular for, like, a little bit, and then all of a sudden Infinity War would
that's
come
why
out,
when Infinity War came out, there were, like, no other movies in theaters. Because they all knew, like, we're not going to make a lot of box office money if Infinity War is out newly when we release the movie.
So, but I need, in our past, or I don't know which one we're uploading first, but we did a Marvel quiz, and we talked about Quicksilver, and I'm, like, hoping that he comes back. There's a slim chance.
There is a theory that he's gonna come back.
And he was, like, he was one of my favorite characters, honestly, and it was really sad that he was only there for, like, half a movie. It made me really sad, so I'm hoping that was totally off topic, but I hope he comes back.
I'm just gonna build on that for a second before we go back. There was a theory, so in the comics, if Scarlet Witch dies, she can come back and she can bring someone with her. So the theory is that now that she's dead, she can bring Quicksilver back.
But is she gonna bring Quicksilver or is she gonna bring Vision? That's my main thing.
Yeah.
Because she loves Vision, but her brother. So it's like...
Is it Vision or her brother?
I don't know. But like, I don't know. Anyways, let's go back. I just had to say, like, I really want Quicksilver to come back.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Anyways.
What else?
I feel like that's everything mostly because we just talked about like the main.
Yeah, the main points. Any other things that you thought were just funny?
I really liked Luis just in the sense that he was always kind of a little bit clueless.
Mm-hmm.
I know, honestly, he was kind of a fun character.
He's a fun character. He does remind me a lot of Ned now that you've mentioned it.
Yeah, he's just so similar. Like he's has that
just
like
the Ned of
Ant-Man.
And it's funny because it's Ant-Man and Spider-Man.
Yeah. Maybe it's just like the hands at the end. Except for Iron Man, because Iron Man doesn't do that because he's mean. Anyways.
He doesn't allow himself to have sidekick.
He doesn't.
Although technically War Machine.
Okay. Well,
War Machine because he's got the suit.
Right.
Pepper, I don't really count Pepper as an Avenger.
I mean,
she really just runs Stark Industries.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's pretty significant.
And she's pretty much just like a target.
Right,
I mean, Iron Man, was it 3? I think it was 3 where she's like in the suit and stuff, but...
Right. Okay, what was I going to say? I was going to say something and then I totally forgot. Oh, quick thing. On Instagram, I follow Zendaya because I think she's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been posting so many things about like the cast all together because they're filming Homecoming 2, and I'm like really, really excited because like all of her stories are like they're like with the whole cast,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like super excited.
Yeah, I've seen a few videos that Marvel's Instagram posted about like, what was that, like Ghost Spider or something? Spider Ghost? I don't know. And they cast Dove Cameron.
Really? That's actually like shocking to me. Anyways, moving on. That's it.
I think we're done.
We've gotten off topic a lot.
Yeah. Oh well.
We just need to end.
All right. Geek out, guys.